Sky thought working harder was the answer until one simple change gave hours of the day back. Morning light settles over the garden as Sky steps onto the wooden porch and watches dew sparkle across the leaves. The quiet cottage feels peaceful, but inside the small office, stacks of repetitive files are already waiting. Invoices, forms, notes, and copied entries cover the desk, each demanding the same careful actions again and again. Sky begins working through the pile, but the ticking clock quickly reveals a familiar problem. Too much time is being spent repeating simple steps instead of solving the tasks that actually require thought. Sky pauses and studies a hand-drawn flowchart showing how every document moves from one stage to another. Several steps are nearly identical. The same information is copied into multiple places, routine reminders are written by hand, and reports are rebuilt from the same numbers every day. Sky realizes that the problem is not a lack of effort. The problem is a workflow designed around repetition. Instead of pushing through another long morning, Sky opens the laptop and begins looking for a smarter structure. The first goal is simple: remove unnecessary steps before adding any new tool. Duplicate entries are combined, outdated forms are removed, and related tasks are grouped into one clear sequence. Once the process is simpler, Sky begins setting up digital tools for the repetitive parts. Routine calculations are automated, recurring reminders are scheduled, and information entered once can now appear wherever it is needed. A simple template replaces several handwritten reports. A digital checklist shows which tasks are waiting, which are complete, and which require personal attention. Sky tests each change carefully rather than automating everything at once. When one step creates confusion, it is adjusted. When another saves time without reducing quality, it becomes part of the new routine. Gradually, the office changes. The desk becomes clearer, the files become easier to find, and the constant feeling of rushing begins to disappear. A digital report shows something Sky had not expected. Small improvements across many repetitive tasks have saved a large amount of time. The work is still being done, but fewer minutes are being lost to copying, checking, and rebuilding the same information. Sky uses the extra time to review important decisions, notice errors earlier, and plan the next day with greater care. The lesson becomes obvious. Productivity is not simply about doing more things faster. It is about protecting attention for the work that creates the most value. By early afternoon, Sky closes the laptop and clears the desk, satisfied that the new workflow is simple enough to use every day. The improvement is not dramatic or flashy, but it has changed the rhythm of the entire day. Instead of finishing exhausted, Sky still has energy left for life outside the office. In the kitchen, a warm fire crackles while fresh vegetables from the garden are prepared for lunch. Soup simmers slowly, and the steady rhythm of cooking feels different from the repetitive office work. This repetition has a purpose that cannot simply be removed. It creates rest, nourishment, and a connection to the day. Sky begins to understand that efficiency does not mean eliminating every repeated action. It means deciding which routines deserve human attention and which can safely be handled by a system. After lunch, the bowls are washed and returned to the shelf. Sky steps outside as golden light spreads across the garden, and the forest becomes quiet. There is time to rest in the porch hammock, sort pine cones gathered earlier, and trim the tired leaves from the hydrangeas. These small activities would once have been squeezed into the final minutes of an exhausting day. Now they fit naturally because the morning was organized around better choices instead of constant urgency. As sunset approaches, Sky thinks about the new workflow one more time. Automation did not replace judgment, creativity, or responsibility. It simply removed the mechanical tasks that were consuming attention without adding much value. The real improvement came from understanding the process first and using tools only where they solved a clear problem. A paper lantern begins glowing on the porch as twilight settles over the cottage. Sky sits quietly beneath the first stars, listening to the wind chimes and feeling the calm that follows a purposeful day. The office is no longer a place filled with endless repetition. It has become a system where routine tasks move smoothly and important work receives the focus it deserves. Before going inside, Sky looks back toward the darkened window and smiles. Working smarter was never about avoiding effort. It was about making sure effort was spent where it mattered most. By simplifying the process, automating the predictable steps, and protecting time for meaningful decisions, Sky transformed a crowded day into one with clarity, balance, and room to breathe. For Sky, the biggest gain is not speed alone, but the freedom to focus on ideas, decisions, and work that truly matters now. The wooden shutters close, the garden grows still, and the little cottage settles beneath the stars after a day that proved a powerful lesson. The best workflow does not make people busier,